Okay, what's up, everybody? This is weird not doing like the normal show that we do. But anyways, welcome to Newbies Crypto. This is Saturday chat. I'm with Dave in the background. We're going to go ahead and get the show started. We're running a little late. Usually we do this at 10. I don't think we've really done it ever at 10, but Saturday mornings nonetheless, right? Where
10-ish.
where this is literally for all you newbies, because we're newbies to it all, and we're learning each and every week and each and every day something new. And we feel like this is a good place on Saturday mornings to catch up with everybody and fill you in with what we've learned. And if this starts growing, then we have a community where we can all just chat together as newbies and share information and share what we've learned. Pretty much it, right? Yeah, cool.
Yep,
Let
yep.
me see if I can get Dave in here. Dave and I started this thing, so here we go. We're just gonna keep rolling like we've got 5,000 people watching this right now. Dave, let me see if I can get you in. I don't have your audio. That's the only problem. Don't have your audio. Try talking to me.
You can hear me though, right? Test, test.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, cool. All right, I can hear you. All right,
Cool.
cool. So, how's it be? Interesting week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Big week, big
Big
week.
week.
In
Big week.
I had all kinds of people contacting me last week after, we went live and had our discussion
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday,
Right.
and it's really interesting because I made the comment that I'd be surprised if Bitcoin took a dip below 50,000 again. And that's exactly what happened this week. So I saw Elon Musk tweeted out that he thought that the Bitcoin price was high, and then magically it started to come down a little bit. So, just a reality check for everybody out there who is invested in crypto that it is a volatile asset.
Yeah, it's
But
big time,
man,
man.
is it competitive. It's up 500% since last year. So, I mean, you can't a little dip. I mean, these things come and go. It's just like the stock market, right? And you can't take a little bit of dip and say, well, I'm going to pull the plug on this. I'm going to pull my assets out and stuff because, hey, look, if everybody would have got into this when it was $10 per coin, I mean, think about what you have right now. So let's
Well,
see. Try
it's
to take it.
so we were talking. We're going to try to make sure we have topics for our Saturday calls kind of organized. So we had what was on the first on the agenda, which is the BTC drop, right? The pullback, and I don't. I'm still navigating, learning how to pull up all these trend charts, these trend analysis, as George would call it, TAs, which is following the trends and finding out what's going on. What I have learned is there's like, what is it, a 25-day moving average that Bitcoin follows. If I were to show on the screen, I don't think I can because that's what my point is. I'm still not learning how to use TradingView. Like I said, I'm a newbie just like everybody else, but I'm learning how to plot all these trend analysis lines and everything. There's one that's called a 25-day moving average, okay, over the life of Bitcoin. And what they're saying is on the 25-day moving average of Bitcoin, we are okay. We're still okay. We're not dead in the water, right? We're not crushed, but we are like the moving day average is somewhere down here, right? Somewhere down this line. I'm showing it on the screen, Dave. You can't quite tell, but that puts you at like 36, 38 if this were to continue to follow the current line that it's on right now and keep going down. Its overall trend. I think they said like 36 was like the target. If it breaks 40 is an issue. Like you're starting to pay attention. Breaks through 38, then and if it breaks down to 36, we're in truly a bear market for Bitcoin. Like it's the reversal as they call it, right? So right now we're on what they consider a reversal, but a healthy reversal, right? It's still on a upward trend over its life right now. It's still on a bull run, but if it breaks these numbers, then it's turning, and it actually has turned over to the downside. I think I do it on the daily, right? Pull it out the
Yeah.
daily. I'm pull
Yep.
the
And
daily.
I found an article that discusses every year about this time. It's historically corrective March. So every year around March timeframe, beginning of March, is a price correction as things tend
Yeah.
to settle and stuff like that. So we're actually still on track.
So I've got it
Um,
pulled up right here, Dave, on the daily. You can literally see it now, right? You can see the moving average. We're right on the line, man. We're literally right on that line. It's like really close. But you're right. Historically, it has these 30% pullbacks, right? And they've never dipped below 40. So if you were to measure it You can use the measuring tool on TradingView, right? You just click down here's a little ruler, and you just hit a spot, click it, and drag it down, and it will tell you the percentages and everything that it's dropped, right? And right now, if we go to the latest wick from the from the highest peak, right where it started, we've moved down 25%. So we really haven't even gone down to what they consider oh shit territory or oh crap territory down here in this price range, which puts you around 36,000. So there's more room to grow is what I'm trying to teach everybody. That from what I've learned is they've pulled back like this before as much as in the 30s, and we're still only in the 20s. So it's not if you're new like we were and we bought up here, we learned the hard way. We're literally learning the hardest way, but I think in a lot of ways the best way, right? We're learning by literally losing some of our value of our Bitcoin and our crypto, right? But I think and George and I were talking about it. It's important to learn. I think some people learn the best when they fail. I don't know about you, Dave, but your failures you'll remember, right? A lot more than your successes, right? If you're just constantly successful without anything to retest you or make you fail a little bit, you learn by your failures. And as a coaching standpoint, from my years, I truly believe in that. I mean, you don't want to go out and fail every game, but you do learn a lot from your failures. So we got in a little early, and we're riding it down, and we're going to learn how bear market works. The first thing to learn is if you're in it for the long haul, what do you do right now in these situations, Dave?
I think from my personal standpoint, like I'm a research fanatic, so I try to make sure that every decision I make, especially around financials, is hopefully the right decision the first time. And yeah, I agree with you that some people are going to learn a little bit, and anybody that got into this the last couple of weeks have been trending on the high, up to 58,000, and dips down to 52,000. People are like, oh my God, I got to buy it up. Well, understand that you're putting this money in, and the idea is to hang on to it. And that's been the approach that I've taken from day one. Any money that I committed to investing in crypto, I had zero intent to pull it out. I still feel that way. So
yeah, you've been sitting on your crypto for quite a while.
Yeah. Initially got into it. Somebody bought something off me, and they paid me in Bitcoin. And within about 48 hours, I had made, I don't know, I went from like $550 up to $900, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I see what's happening here. Then I just got smart. On it, and
you just started doing your own due diligence and research and
yeah,
critical thinking.
So critical thinking. I think this is probably year 3 or year 4.
Man, that's awesome, dude. You got in so good, man.
I did, and the only
you got in so good.
I try not to have too many regrets, but when I was on a military paycheck, I didn't have the kind of funds that I really wanted to invest when I saw things start to trend in the right direction.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't want to say it's a little too late for me to do that now that I can afford to put more money in, but I'm a little bit more cautious because
I don't think you are at all, man. From all my studying that I've been doing lately, and I'm talking about every day, all day, literally, no bullshit, not kidding. You're fine, man. Like this is good opportunity right now. Like I'm not scared of this. Like if this was a few weeks ago or a month ago before I started getting all this knowledge, right, learning everything, coming into an understanding I'm a newbie and I need to learn, right? I'd still be scared. I'd be like, oh crap, take my money out, right? I'd be yanking my money that I put in at the top, yanking it out now, which is the stupidest thing to do. If you know the life and you know the asset in which you're investing in, which I firmly believe what crypto is, and I firmly believe in what like Bitcoin is in itself, you're in for the long haul. You're in for the long game. You're in for these dips that are going to happen, and if it turns to a bear, it turns to a bear. But guess what? In bear markets, you can do two things, but the main thing you can do is wait till it drops. Get it way down when it's cheap. Start buying on the way down. Just get a little bit here. It's called what? Dollar cost averaging in?
Yeah.
Right? So basically put a little bit in of what you want to put in eventually, but put a little bit in here now, a little bit down as it goes a little bit further, and then a little bit further down there, and then get it all in there. So then when it goes up, as you go back up, because it's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. It's not dipping to zero. It's not dipping to 20 grand. It's going to get lower. I'm sure it's going to get a little bit lower, and it's going to bounce back up. It may go down to a bear trend for a few months. Who knows? It might very well do that. But Those are the opportunities. You got to look on the bigger time scale that it's better to now you can get in, right? So you're not buying in on the top anymore. You're getting in like you did, Dave. 6 months ago, prices maybe even.
Right.
Now I think
Wow.
it would be nice.
Long time ago. I think at one point it had dipped down to like 4,400, and I'm like, oh man, let me throw a couple hundred at it.
Yeah.
And that was a great move. But I think knowing what we know now, knowing what we've learned over the last couple months or whatever, this is the time right now to put in Coinbase Pro, get in there, put your order in. When it dips down to what you're willing to throw more cash at it, this is exactly when you want to do it.
Yeah, this is literally the time that you want to start doing it. And if it dips a little further, I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm in it at the top over here. I'm over on this. I'm literally crossing. We're getting ready to cross down in the territory where I'll be like breaking even, right? Because I got down in here just mid part of the Elon spike, right? I was like right there. I was like 30-something, 40-something. But either way, I wanted to go down a little bit more because I want to get back in I want to get back in when it's cheaper, because what it's going to do, even if it trends down and gets, say it does break down to 36, something like that, something stupid, right? Breaks. There's a $40,000 level right here that I learned, where I guess they call whales or whatever that are sitting and waiting to buy in, right? So it could break through that and break down to 36, be a bear trend. I wouldn't really freak out about it. I wouldn't be like abandoning on crypto. I would just be like, okay, it's trended to a little bit of a bear, and we're gonna ride it out, and I'm gonna buy in. I want to get in because it's gonna go back up. Too many people are investing in it right now for me to think otherwise. Too many companies are getting invested in it for me to think otherwise. It's not logical. It's not logical to me that they would put all this tons of money in there at the top. Why would they do it at the top other than to ride it on the way down, which it could, but it's still holding value. I mean, it's still battling around at 46,000. Like, it's just been hanging around this number for the past couple of days and just fighting it out. It's I'm trying to zoom in on the daily.
We take everything we know
bang, bang,
at this
bang.
point. Mm-hmm. Everything that we know is that companies are getting more and more open to crypto. They're accepting crypto. We talked about that last week's stream, that the list of major players, big companies that are accepting crypto as a form of payment. So don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. This is a great time to get in, take advantage of the dips when you see them.
Yeah.
A little different than the stock market. It's similar, but a little bit different game.
I think it's a little more volatile.
It is volatile, and
it just moves.
Opportunity.
Yeah, there's so much, and that's the other thing. You had an article you wanted to share on this topic before we go to the next topic, because the next topic is going to be Cardano 88, Polkadot, and the Ethereum thing.
I sent it to you. You got it in your messenger.
You got it in my messenger? All right, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can find it. Should be to find it. Let me get in my. You said
this came from my cousin. My cousin has been invested in crypto for quite a while, and I want to give Joe a shout out. He's a fire chief out there in Glendale, Arizona. So. Just some thoughts about what this all is and what this means for us.
All right, I'm sitting here trying to pull it up. Sorry, this speed right now. Oh, you're talking about XRP, Ripple? I haven't pulled it up. I know what XRP is. Ripple is crazy. Like Ripple's a nonsense. Like it's just crazy. It's a really wild. To me, it is. I mean, I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Let me see if I can pull it up so we can get it on the screen real quick. Hold on. View. Change this to.
There's quite a bit to talk about here in the blockchain.
Yeah, go ahead and fill us in while I'm still bouncing around in this screen trying to get up what you've got going. All right, here it is.
Yeah. So
okay,
essentially, it's. What they're saying in here is that it's really kind of a false thing to think that this isn't worth anything and this isn't going to keep going up. But there is some sort of it's like tribalism going on with adopting crypto as a no kidding form of currency that we're going to be using. And so this article really points to a lot of those. Talks about the adoption rates and the.
So who is Marco Insider's bonus article? Or Macro Insiders, a bonus article. The inconvenient truth about cryptocurrencies. And in this article, you're saying...
there's a lot of different points in here, but they're basically saying the value is equal to the efficiency of this network. And so,
Oh, okay. So I
understanding.
see how he breaks it down. Crypto tribes, maximalist tribe. So he's breaking it around in groups. Everything is a scam. What if strangers within the group, Bitcoin maximalists so strongly reject any other cryptocurrencies, protocol, digital asset, or project that isn't built by or built on Bitcoin. They generally refer to them all as scams and offer the advice of have fun staying poor if you don't agree.
Right.
They think there is only one way to win, and it's Bitcoin. Shit or bust. Interesting. So he's breaking it down literally into groups. That's what you're saying. He's
Yeah,
breaking it into
groups and adoption.
The
Are you an
mindsets.
early adopter or early majority? Are you a late majority, or are you late to the game? Are you
So
lagging behind
psychology is
curve?
psychology is the main thing, right?
Right,
That's the
exactly,
one thing I've
100%.
been learning. Like I've been hearing it, and now I'm understanding. And I guess it applies to stocks. I mean, I'm not BSing when I say I'm newbies to all of this. That it's literally psychological. It's all psychological. It's literally psychological. Like how the market flows and moves, very psychologically based, influenced, right? Reacts to. So it's kind of interesting that it's a psychological approach or a viewpoint on how the crypto is working, right? Their mindsets of how people view Bitcoin specifically, right? Is that what we're saying right here?
That's right. It's the on page 28 there. It talks about the crypto risk cycle, which is really lends credibility to
Is that 28?
page 28.
Page 28, okay.
So talking about
Oh, it's going to
you
take
know
forever to load up. Go ahead. Talk about it.
so it's really just
Oh, okay, I see it now. The crypto
that
risk cycle is the other thing to understand is there is a risk-taking cycle in crypto, just that as there is in equities, EM or credit. We are about to get into the point in the crypto cycle where the alts begin to outperform the Bitcoin. Correct. All right. So this is what leads into what we were going to talk about in a
perfect.
minute. Right. So when Bitcoin goes up, it's called the Bitcoin dominance. Is what there is literally a chart that you can plot of the just like in TradingView, where you can sit there and see the dominance chart of Bitcoin, like where it sits in relation to the other alternative coins or altcoins. And right now, Bitcoin's dominance is dipping, and it's dipping past its running average. It's 20-day or at 25-day MDA, moving day average. So it's dipping. And when Bitcoin dips, because it's the big man, right, on campus, when he's up, the rest of them are down. But a flip happens. When he goes down, the rest of them go up in value. So it's happening. I'll be honest with you. If you want to start fading into the other bit that we were, or the other portion of this, what we
Yep.
talking about, this will lead into it, which is Polkadot, Cardano, and others. And I think you were talking about XRP in this article, right? Is that what we're talking about in
It's
Ripple?
titled XRP, but they never actually touch on that XRP in the article, which is fine.
That's
But
just funny because they put XRP and Ripple is such a volatile, swinging crypto asset. It's just
yeah,
you want to go on a roller coaster ride, go swing trade that thing.
I know, and I've got a little bit of XRP that's kind of sitting in limbo, kind of pending the outcome to see what happens there.
Right,
But
because they got they're in a battle in law in court, right? Is that right?
that's right.
And
Yeah,
we're waiting
for
for the
the
outcome.
Securities and Exchange Commission or whatever basically said they had what was it? Unregulated assets to some kind of crazy degree. Let me see what I got here as far as that. I don't really have much tied
That's
up in
okay.
this.
Don't worry about it. Basically, Ripple is just tied in legalities right now. So people are hedging their bets that once it gets released from the SEC and they find not guilty, basically, up to the moon it goes, or up to Pluto it goes, literally. Like some of these people are like, wow, it's going to go nuts. I don't want to really get into that right now.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
little
that's
bit
not
too
too bad.
much, right? It's legally tied up in crap. I'm like, nah, I'm not even going to, no. All right, that's a little more risky for me. But there are other ones like Polkadot, the Polkadot chain, okay, and the Cardano setup, all right, ADA. And there are others, all right? And there's coins underneath these said coins, right? So like Polkadot has a whole other ecosystem of alternative coins, of smaller valued, smaller dollar coins, right? And you don't want to be just looking at that. Let me tell you something. You need to be looking at the market cap. Market cap is what you need to be looking at with these said coins. Look at how many there are. That will give you an idea how far they truly can go in value. If you're just looking at price points like, oh man, it's a penny or it's a fraction of a penny, That's not how it works, right? You could make money, right? I'm not saying that, but that's not where you want to look. Look at the ones that actually have a good system in play, a good concept of what they're trying to achieve, and look at their market cap, and then think about how they fit against the rest of the crypto sphere, how they're going to last or fight through and become valuable, right? That's what I do. And what I did is I hedged money into Cardano, right? I listened to BitBoy on YouTube and paid attention to what he was saying. Same with Crypto Revolution. Listened to what he was saying. And they were talking about Cardano weeks ago. So weeks ago I put in on Cardano. Amen to that one, because Cardano, if you want to look at that, let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
And where are you trading?
Binance. Binance.us is where you can go and get Cardano ADA, and I suggest that you do go and get it. Let me switch to the screen and pull that one up. It should be right here. Boom, got it. Let me switch now. Let me go on to the actual page and just switch it over to what I need.
And there is just one other thing I want to point out, kind of while we're on the subject, right? Using all these different crypto wallets and companies to do those transactions for you. When you sign up for these, they're going to ask you to verify your identity. That may include your social security number, may
driver's license,
your photo ID. And so, and this just came up this week as well, because people are getting into it, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad more people are getting in, man.
And everybody just has to, realize that, yes, this is part of the verification, your identity. You don't want your stuff to get stolen. You don't want to lose your crypto. You don't want to be at risk with this stuff. And so they're going through those measures to confirm that you are who you say you are, and that you do have access to the funds or accounts where you may source, you buy or sell to. So just know it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. They're going to ask you to do verification. I was fine with it. Some people are not fine with it, and I get it. That's fine. It's up to you. But the bottom line is I was okay with it to some extent. Some places I decided not to do it. So I'm right now in Binance.us. That's the exchange that I go to. That's where I go and get Cardano. You can go to another exchange. You can go to the Polkadot exchange. It literally has its own exchange, and you can go and sign up there. And you can go and trade and get Polkadot and all the coins that are within that ecosystem, if you will, right? So Cardano is a little more easy access to me. I also understand what it's doing, and it ties into Ethereum. Both of these things tie into Ethereum. Polkadot ecosystem and the Cardano ecosystem and their coin 88 is working. They're not necessarily fighting Ethereum, but they're doing and achieving the same things that Ethereum is wanting to do. Right? Their whole platform of Ethereum is this. They're the smart dollar. They're literally a dollar with a computer chip on it. They're the ones that are trying to be the smart currency. But what the problem is with Ethereum is they're taking so long to release an update, what's called as 2.0 Ethereum, or Ethereum 2.0, where it can handle and do more transactions. Because right now, Ethereum is just too damn slow as opposed to being 2.0. It can't keep up with the transaction speed, right? It's only going to do like 15 or 5 a second, where other ones are doing 100,000, like Cardano and all them and Polkadot. They're already getting up to those way huge magnified numbers, which is going to make them more efficient at being another smart dollar, right? We don't have the true smart dollar yet, but everyone's trying to become that smart dollar, and Cardano and Polkadot are literally going up in value because Ethereum is just stalling out and not doing what it's supposed to do, meaning the devs and everybody who's making this, which is just to release 2.0. If they did that, you would see Ethereum go up in value big time. Bam, right? But right now, it's not happening, therefore it's stalling out. But Cardano is going up. I mean, look at Cardano, man.
Yeah.
Look at Cardano, man. It's
a hot topic right now.
It's trucking up, man. I got into Cardano, and this is the great part. I got in Cardano right down, right around there. So I'm only catching the bowl, 2 bowls, and it's making what's called a cup and a handle. Usually when you get a cup and a handle, then you go parabolic. You go exactly. Shoot the moon. So I'm like sitting here going, all right, one of my buddies, George, he got out a little bit. He made some good money on this ride up, and he took a chunk of change out, and I'm hodling. And I'll take a little bit of change out. I'll take some profits out when it gets up to, if it hits $2, I'm for sure taking out, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take out some of my profits, and I'm going to leave it in there. And then I'm going to wait for the dip to come back down, right? I'll take about 25% of my of my overall account. That will recoup. I'll take profits and maybe a little bit of my investment, and then wait for it to drop down a little bit. Right? That's so much of what I've learned right now. It's so prudent. Ride it out a little bit longer. Right? Cash out some of it, but not all of it. Don't just cash out everything, and then come back down here, wait for it to dip down a little bit. Right? Retrace, do a reversal, and then go back up. Because if Ethereum just keeps stalling out, this is just going to go up in value.
That's true. And so Rogue One actually made a comment. He said that Cardano's the gem, which is completely
absolutely
true.
Man.
But he also got caught riding the GME GameStop thing.
That happened again this week, and I can pull that one up as well. Let me see if I can pull up GME right here. Another thing about trading views, you can pull up everything. GME, USD, right? You can trade GME on Bittrex. No way. You can trade GameStop on there. It's only got some of the view, but look at man, that's insane. I'm on the daily.
Yeah, this craziness.
I'm on the daily. Look at that spike on the daily. It's just insanity. And it hasn't really reached, it's back down to $87 right now, I think it is. It was all the way up to 210, 189, 146. Those are insanity numbers right there. Since we're talking about Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum, what they're doing right now. So Ethereum here's another thing about Ethereum. Ethereum very much copies what Bitcoin does.
Right.
It very much does. I mean, it's sometimes just crazy, depending on the time scale that you're using up here, minutes, hours, or dailies, that how much is reflective of that. It's nuts how much it copies it. So keep that in mind as well. Ethereum to me is just kind of, I'm holding on to what I'm holding, right? Just to hope that 2.0 rolls out and it can do what it's supposed to do, right?
I'm super excited about this Ethereum 2.0 because they also said there's going to be staking rewards.
Yeah,
which
right.
It's something I wish that I had, from the start.
Are you staked? Have you staked any of your Ethereum? Can you do that yet?
No, you can't do it, but I am on the waiting list for that. For anybody that's using Coinbase, that's the easiest place to see where you're earning staking rewards. And I think right now there's DAI, D-A-I.
Mm-hmm.
I do not invest in that because it's supposed to maintain $1, and I just don't understand it. But I have Tezos, I have Algorand, and Cosmos, all staking rewards.
I have Cosmos. I have the Atom on Coinbase, staked rewards, right? I have staking in that one. It is paying off. It seems to be. There was another one. I think that's the one you're talking about. The USD, or is it the one that's pays like 18% or something like that? I can't remember exactly what it was on Coinbase for staking. It's one of the higher ones, but anyways, I think it was the same one. You were like, I don't know what it is. It's always at $1. That one. I think that was the one. So I didn't invest in that one.
I had money in that because you know how you can go through the
What's up, Ed?
You go through the videos or whatever, and they'll actually give you that new crypto when it comes online. And so I had DAI for probably like a month or two, and I was like, this isn't doing anything.
Right.
You know.
Right. So Tezos is good. So we don't get people too lost when they're listening to us, right? There's Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin dominance. He's the big player on campus. Ethereum is number 2 on campus. And then you have everything else, the alternative coins. And a lot of what we're talking about right now, I mean, Ethereum technically is an altcoin, right? So we're talking about Ethereum and the alternative coins on the market. And where you could probably put your money in right now going down the road for the next couple months while we're going through this bearish reversal possibly. We don't know for sure if we're there yet, right? But if Bitcoin keeps going down, all coins are going to go up. There's two positive approaches on this. One, you can get into Bitcoin now cheaper, all right, which is great. Because over the long life of Bitcoin, it's only going to go up in value, period. End of story. It's not worth arguing about. You're wasting your breath. And it's just going to keep going up over its lifetime, long-term, years. So to where you can like 10x your account or you can 10x a small portion of your money, you need to be looking at altcoins. And I'm not saying BS coins, right? You need to get into stuff that is actually marketable and moving on the market right now. Polkadot's moving, Cardano's moving, Legrand, it's Rogland, whatever. I don't even know how to say it.
Algorand, I think.
Algorand, I think, is the one's moving as well. These are coins that you get in. Like Polkadot, I think you can get in right now. Alternative coin, alternative to Ethereum, alternative to Bitcoin. Get into Polkadot. Now, you're still not too late. You're late for the dollar bus, but I don't think you're late for the $1.50 bus, right? I think it's already touched 150. If it touches it again, you can just start poking through that, right? And it's only going to go up in value. And I don't, getting in Polkadot itself right now, I think is too expensive, right? So if you wanted to put a chunk of money down and hoping to 10x it or whatever, getting Polkadot itself, it's at a higher value. What is it, like 230 or something like that?
Right.
Depends on how much money you're going to throw at it, right? So you stick it there for a while and then maybe be fine for 5 months. It might gradually go up and you make 10, 15, 20% over time. But if you want to really multiply your investment, you need to look inside of Polkadot to their coins that they're using. So what I've come to find out about this, Dave, I don't know about you, but man, it's a lot of research.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
never
research.
ending.
It's never ending. God, there's always something new.
Well, so to your point there, Rogue One just asked about when the Coinbase IPO is coming, and
good question. That's a great one.
That's very, very soon. I mean, well, my company went public that I work for, and there was this big process, and they were able to do it in under a 12-month timeline, which was pretty incredible. So as far as like the Coinbase IPO, I know that they're pursuing that right now, and it's probably, if I had to guess, I would say we're probably 8 to 12 months out from that. But the one thing about Coinbase is they started in 2012. There's 43 million users, 7,000 institutional clients.
Yeah,
115,000 partners, over 100 countries is what it says.
It's so much a hidden. I don't know how hidden it is because I don't watch a lot of the TVs, but I don't hear it. I don't hear anybody else. You know what it is? What I've learned in this crypto sphere: buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah.
Buy the rumor, sell the news. This is a rumor going around, and it's not necessarily a rumor. It's now newsworthy, but it's not in the mainstream, right?
Here's what
get into this IPO. Find out how you can get into this IPO. Call a brokerage. Figure out where you can get in. Now, not when it goes. Now is when you want to get in.
Something interesting. I was just speculating that it was going to be 8 to 12 months, but
I think it's going to be less than that, man.
So yeah, I see something right here that says it's probably going to happen sometime within the next month or two.
I thought it was going to be like April.
Listed on the NASDAQ under the ticker COIN, COIN. So not to be confused with that garbage phone thing, coin, XYO.
XYO?
Different. Yeah,
okay.
Such garbage. Stay away from that.
Stay away from that thing.
Don't
go to that one. That's a no. But I'm telling you, man, Dave, I don't know about you, but I'm restructuring my portfolio, my stock portfolio, if you will, to take advantage of that, right? I'm trying to grab some profits on some stocks right now. Get ready. So then I can leverage that over into Coinbase, because I think Coinbase is going to be a nice one where you could literally, potentially, you're looking at huge gains. Huge gains. Right. I mean, Coinbase has set itself up to be the exchange for the regular people. It really has. Once everybody else in the world, right, starts getting onto crypto, which it is already happening, right? The wave's already formed. More and more people are getting into it, more and more every week. Every week, folks. This is just I'm watching YouTube channels just go like to the. Yeah. It's just I'm a YouTuber, right? I'm watching their stats, dude. They are like spiking like the damn crypto is. We're going up. That means more people are getting involved. More people are getting invested. More people are getting into Coinbase. It's the Apple for everybody who wants to do and get into some crypto. I'm telling you, it's going to go up, man. That's where I'm heading.
I'm still trying to get people away from Robinhood well, not Robinhood in particular, but I'm trying to get people away from this whole Dogecoin thing. Like
that's like you can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid, man. You just can't fix stupid. People are it's as simple as this, man. They're just riding up a pump and dump. The people that are in are holding, they're just getting in and cashing out because the rest of the dumb, it's not so smart investors are just buying into it.
To be fair, like a lot of it is just because they heard that you know, these things were going to happen. GameStop GameStop stonks, and then
Stonks.
AMC and whatever the other one was. But it almost
Naked.
doesn't matter
Sandal.
because if they would have done their homework, done a little bit of homework, okay, kudos to the people that made a little bit of cash off that. And I know I talk about this every week.
No, it's fine because it came irrelevant again. It came relevant.
It's just not sustainable, and I don't know why they don't see that. Listen to the people that've been doing this for a little while. That stuff is not sustainable, and I think there's real validity in looking at the big players. The Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and all these other altcoins that we're discussing, including Cardano. So look at what we're doing. Look at these charts. Look at the waves and understand it. I just encourage people to get involved and understand it, which is the whole reason that we're here right now, right?
Yep.
We're doing this thing every week so that we can do our best to inform. As we learn, we pass the information, and people can make educated decisions on what to do with their money.
Yeah, we're navigating this ship with you, and we're in the fog just as well. And we're seeing some light, and we're going and we're paddling as best we can, and we got all the rest of you guys who are watching us and listening to these. You're on the boat with us, and we're just right at the front looking. And if anybody else can see some shit out there on the side of the boat or everywhere else, you need to go ahead and spill out your beans over here in the chat and let us know too, because we're constantly looking and find. We're not looking at the quick get rich necessarily, right? And I think this ties in what you're saying. People look at Dogecoin, and a lot of people look at the quick. They're like the lotto players. I'm just going to invest $1 and hope that I win the big. And they do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I mean, you see them every day at the gas station where they've got, a pamphlet. They treat it like gold, some of them. They got a nice zipper pouch, and they pull out all their tickets, and they're going to play, Mega Millions or, whatever it may be, right? I know everybody's seen it, right? Instead of taking that money, maybe they have the money to bullshit like that away. But if they take that same set of money and rolled it over and put it into, say, a low-cost crypto coin, they legitimately have a way better chance statistically to make money off that investment than just going and trying to make that one ticket that's going to get you, $600 million. Good luck. I'm not saying I don't play that, but that's just not smart. Those are the ones those are like lotto players. If you're getting into this crypto is where you can make money quick, right? Not just as quick as you might think. At least I'm coming to understand. Not as quick as one might think. You can play the quick short game with these really alternative coins, right? And you're just playing, literally you're playing the charts, right? You're TAing it, trend analysis, looking at a coin, any coin, and looking at it and find out what's trending and try to bet out that trend. And that's a form of like gambling as well.
Yeah.
But if you're in it for the long haul, you're still going to make money pretty quick. A lot quicker than I think you're going to make it on the stocks, for sure. So your stonks are going to be, that's a different investment. I mean, it's the same. It's an asset, but they don't move the same. This moves a lot quicker, a lot faster
I'll give you a 10-second how I was able to play the market just a little bit. And, people can do this. People do this all the time. You just have to be very attentive and understand the trends. When we were messing around with Aave, whatever.
Aave, yeah.
Aave. So when I saw that on a high, I had converted that all over into Bitcoin, which I thought was a good idea.
Look at Aave right now.
I had a considerable amount into that.
Got Aave on the daily.
And so then I saw Bitcoin go up. I mean, this was like 2 weeks ago, right? Bitcoin went up to 51,000. And I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to cash out. And I cashed out 100% of my Bitcoin, which is a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
Knowing that it was just going to come down a little bit. And so it did. I cashed out at 51. And I think I bought back in at 47,000. And it was just this little game that I played. And I wanted to prove that I could do it. And that's exactly what happens. So I made a little bit off of that. But, like we're talking about here, we could have done that when Bitcoin hit 58,000. Somebody could have said, well, I'm going to pull out some of it or all of it and then get back in when I see the dip. And here's the dip.
So let me show you that kind of tie into this next segment that we were going to talk about, right? And that was how to make money on the dips. Leverage trading, okay? Now we're going into, we've covered, because we're getting close to the 45 minutes, which is time for me. We're going to try to keep these shows we're going to keep them tight. We're going to keep them to an hour, no more, right? So you got to make sure you hit the notification button on the down below, hit the like, hit the sub, share it out, do all that stuff. It helps, right? The more people we can get in
Subscribe,
here,
follow, absolutely.
yep, do all that. Get more people in here. It's for newbies, man. And if we get, we'll weed out the BS and the nonsense. We want newbies here, everyone to help each other out. Just make collectively a big team. The more we're working at this together, the bigger that we build this up with people that we know, the better we're going to be in the long run. Long game, long run, and we'll make money along the way. Bybit. So what this is going to lead into what you're talking about, right? You were swing trading, is what you're calling it. What that is, you're riding up a high, you're getting on the low, you're riding it up on the dip, on the rise, right? And then you're cashing out, right? Pulling it all, yanking it all, because you think it's going to fall. Then it falls, and then you repeat the process. You buy on the dip, get in, ride it up, pull out, and then you just keep taking profits along the way, right? If you have a lot of money, okay, if you have a decent amount of money that you're willing to throw around like that, which is what you are doing, you could, in essence, do leverage trading on Bitcoin or against Bitcoin, making contracts, selling and buying and selling contracts on Bitcoin, right? That's what you're doing on Bybit. So you're leverage trading, right? And you can multiply say you put $1,000 in there, and you can leverage. You can say I'm going to put 10% in, so that's $100, right? And I'm going to 50x this. I'm going to make this 50 times what it is in Bitcoin, and I'm going to leverage that. It's a risky game, right? You are on a higher risk. You are riding the damn trend line. But I'm telling you, folks, you can make some really good money doing this. You can make a lot of money. But you got to understand, with this great potential of making, you can lose quick too. So this is another avenue if you're more of a high risk taker, or you have some more of your money that you maybe want to go to Vegas and throw it away at Vegas. Well, I wouldn't go to Vegas, folks. I'd go to here. Here, your odds are like 3-1. Vegas, you're lucky if they're 2-1. They're like 1.5 to 1. The house always wins there. If you do your research and you study a little bit and bone up on this Bybit, okay, and learn how to read TAs, do TAs, trend analysis, and do all. It's not that hard. I'm telling you, folks, it is not. You just got to learn it. It doesn't take long. It really doesn't. And you can get into Bybit and also run what's called a market cipher. And it's a little add-on that you can add into TradingView. You pay for it, but we've tested it. George specifically has tested it, and I've seen it. It works. And folks, this is like 3-1 odds now. You're like, you can just go in there. It's damn near like shooting fish in a barrel. But it comes with risks. So if you put in there and the market were to go just tits up and, market manipulation would happen, which is what we failed to mention. I need to mention that real quick. You could potentially get liquidated for whatever you put in on that trade. So if you put $100 up and it goes down to liquidation price, boom, you're going to lose all of that. If you don't have a stop, well, you could potentially lose everything that's in the account for that matter. So it comes with risks, but there is risk management tools to really mitigate that. Honestly, they're called stop losses that you can slide up and down based on where it's trending. It's a little bit of a rush, I'll be honest, and especially when you're just banging out money real quick, Dave. Like,
yeah,
I was in for 10% on a 50x leverage. I know I'm throwing numbers out, make it sound like I know what the hell I'm talking about, but kind of. And I made 54% gains on that trade, right, in less than 2 minutes. We put it in. I bought it I sold short on the markets, meaning I was betting that Bitcoin was going to go down in value. And it did on this timeline, right? But it did it so quick, so rapidly. It did it in 2 minutes. Like it gave me over 50% of return on my investment. That's what I was like, wow. I mean, we did it over and over and over again. So it was, it's a way to do it if you're willing to put in the time and just seek the knowledge and go for it. And if you got a little bit of a risk-taking mentality, you should do fine. I'm like, if you like to gamble a little bit, you're semi-intelligent about it when you're gambling, this is probably a good place to go. Everyone else says you really shouldn't, but I see every other YouTuber, Dave, I don't know about you, they're all using Bybit. They are literally they're making money on the ups, and they're making money on the downs, especially with Bybit. So not only are they doing it with the asset, right, holding the asset, they're actually doing it with trading its value with contracts.
Okay.
It's silliness. It's just plain silliness. And as we're getting to wrap up, the one thing I failed to mention, Dave, which was about what's causing those pullbacks on Bitcoin, was they are saying it's called the F2 pool. I think we mentioned it before. There's the Chinese have a very big pool of miners that are mining Bitcoin constantly, and they make up a good portion of the pie of the overall Bitcoin, right? And so they have a ton of it. And what F2 pool does, there's actually a trend. I don't know where to get this one. Go to BitBoy. He actually shows you the trend. It shows when F2 pool literally will go and sell off just a crap ton of Bitcoin, like into the thousands of, like it's not normal. You don't just sell off 4,000 Bitcoin within an hour. It doesn't happen. And they've traced it back to this group called the F2 pool, and they say they're not market manipulating, yet the evidence says they are market manipulating. They're making it go up and getting it up, and then they're leveraging right now they're doing this right. I just showed you can do on Bybit. They're doing the same damn thing. They know when it goes to sell off, right? They're like, we're getting ready to dump it, right? We're getting ready to sell off our $1,000, say, or 1,000 Bitcoins, right? And they'll go on Bybit, and they'll say, put in some shorts, put in some bids, some short positions that Bitcoin's going to dump, because it is. As soon as they sell it off, it's going to dump. So they have these huge trades in here, and as it goes tumbling down, they're just making money. So they sell it off, make the money going down on Bybit, turn around, and then buy back in. It just keeps doing it. So, you still there, Dave?
Yeah, sorry, I'm still here. Just
didn't know what happened. I was like, man, he must be having a situation in the house.
I'm still here.
So my point is, these fluctuations are happening because of F2 pool. That's what they're saying. The other YouTubers are saying that's what's going on. So it's not the value of Bitcoin is going down. It's just the F2 pool does that, and then everybody reacts. You get what they call paper hands or whatever it's called. Instead of diamond hands, you have paper hands, and everyone's selling off their Bitcoin. But if you're swing trading, like Dave's doing, you can do that. So you're going to buy back in then, right? Or are you already back in on Bitcoin?
Oh, I'm back in. I only let that go for like a day or two.
Okay. So you're back in, and then you're not screwing with it? You're just going to stick it and leave it?
Yeah, I'm leaving it, and I think probably only adding to it since it's taking the dip that I was actually looking for and hoping for.
Let me see. I wanted to show something real quick. Let's do this on the hourly, 13 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm not going to log into my Bybit account. I'm going to just show you guys. See all these dips right here? See how when it goes down like this, all these long runs right here? You on Bybit can, not only can you ride it going up, right, when it upswings, you can leverage trade it going down, right? And you legitimately can make good money. Good money. Good money.
And I don't know why I wasn't on Bybit before. I mean, we
just exercise caution, Dave. Like, seriously, get in there, learn how to read charts. Like right now, I know Herb's been joining me and George live when we've gone live on this channel trading. Yeah, so you can actually go back and see some of it. What you learn is you need to learn what's called trend analysis. And trend analysis is plotting on these trend lines on this chart, no matter what time interval, that will give you a strong indication of what is most likely going to happen. And I've been studying this for weeks now and watching this, putting skin in the game and watching it, work. And now I'm more successful at seeing these and trending these out to the point where George finally got on board today after he was nagging me like, that shit doesn't work. I just need to follow market cipher. No, you need to do both is what you need to do. And like right here, this is a bull pattern right here, meaning it's going up in the positive direction right here on the upswing. It's a bull trend, right? Bull going up, bears go down. Bulls climb the steps, bears take the elevator. So the bull's going up, and then it made this pattern right here, which is called a ascending, because it's going up, channel, or a bull flag. What that happens on an ascending portion of the trend, right, a bull, what it will do, what it indicates is it's going to eventually dip to the downside the length of this, and then it's called a flagpole. So you learn all this stuff, right? Once you start learning all how to read these trend analysis, it's not that hard. You can just type it in Google, and it pulls up, and you can just start from there and look at the images, and it will show you what these things will do. Right now, we're on a descend. We're in a bear pattern right now over this time frame, right? And what it's forming after that going down, this bear, it is forming what's called a pennant. When it forms a pennant after going down, what it tends to mean is it's going to break to the downside. That's what it means. It's just what you learn. So what I'm looking for right now on this, and I'm about ready to put a trade in after this live stream, is that I'm going to put a trade into that. It's going to sell short and dip down, and I'll try to put a stop loss probably in this range right here, probably in the 42s, 47. So that means Bitcoin's going to get close to that 40,000 mark. Right now we're talking going back to a bigger time frame and actually holding the asset. Bitcoin could be going down. So if you wanted to get in, I'd say wait. I'd say wait to buy any Bitcoin right now until you see more of the trend over time. Because I personally think right now I can see it plain as day. A pennant is formed over the past couple of days, and it's a big one. So we're going to have a big reversal going down. It's most likely what's going to happen. So you might have an opportunity to get some coin at it, $42,000, $43,000. But if you're on Bybit, you could be putting in what's called a short option for however much you think, whatever you want to risk, and ride it out on a 30-minute time scale, right? And just let it ride down. And when you feel like you've gotten enough profits, just take it out. Just sell them off. Boom, you're done. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I did have somebody that got into it at my work.
Yeah.
And, I told him, I said, some of this stuff you really have to watch and, get into the trend analysis, start to analyze where things are going, where they've been. And when you see that dip, that's time to convert it over to something else or pull it out. And unfortunately for them, they didn't heed that warning. And so they were on to Ave, I don't know how to say it.
Aave.
Aave.
Mm-hmm.
So they were on Aave, and they're like, no, I just put it in. I never looked at it again. And I'm like, yeah, man, you really should, take an active role in managing. It's your money. So
Yeah.
if you put $100 in, it starts to tank. You need to know when it's time to cut your losses and move
Some
it
people
around.
don't. Some people, and I'm guilty of this too, Dave. Like I've thrown in previously in crypto and just been like, just let it sit and throw them at some random thing. Not just like do that if you can do it with Bitcoin. In essence, over its time, it's proven history. In essence, you could just chuck at it and then just let it ride for a couple of years and come back and go, wow, look at my Bitcoin grew. You could.
Yeah.
But these other coins, you can't. You can't do that. They fluctuate too often, too rapidly. They're very seasonal. I find out now that there's a season for altcoins. There's a season for all this stuff, and we're actually heading into right now. What I found out is a hyper season for altcoins based on the overall Bitcoin dominance chart where it's trending. That we're getting ready to get in this like hyper jump in altcoins, and I mean you can see it already with ADA, Cardano. You're going to see it with Polkadot ecosystem. You gotta watch the trends. You gotta be more active in it. You can't just chuck at it and then just in hopes in 6 months it's gonna quadruple in price, because that's not gonna happen. It definitely is not going to happen. I've learned the hard way too. I've thrown money at it and just let it sit, come back, and go, wow, it didn't really do anything. It sat here for 6 months, but I looked at the time. Now I've gone back to my previous trades on Coinbase, my older ones, right, way back when. And if I had paid attention and been more active, I could have caught it. Right, I could have caught it when XRP was on a big jump, right?
Sure.
And I owned it, but it went up, came down. So in the time that I dropped the money in, and then looked at it again, which was like 4 or 5 months later, right? It had spiked up and came back down, and I'm basically that same value it was to begin with. I'm like, oh, that's freaking stupid, right? If I'd been more active, I would have caught it on the upswing.
Well, you know what it is? I think that's really important advice for people that are getting into the altcoins and, kind of going from there. But Bitcoin's here to stay.
Bitcoin's here to stay. Ethereum's going to be here.
Not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. The coins that I recommend was what I said. We'll keep it to that. If you want to get into Bybit, hit me up privately on the social medias. I'll be glad to guide you and show you where to go. I've been helping Herb, who's Rogue One here in the group. He's been doing some Discord with us on our Discord, which we have. It's Newbies to Crypto. Go there. Try to add a link to it down below, but we actually have a Discord group. We do go a couple times during the week live trading on Bybit, and we're always taking everyone's input as we've got active trades going on. So we're all learning together, really. I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see a team built of people that are active on this channel, and we're working together to try to make our portfolios grow. I know Ed, and I'm starting to wrap it up. I know Ed had a rough week. He was out in Colorado having some leisure time, snowboarding and whatnot. And Ed, he's in the chat room. He's a friend here that I fly with all the time. He was very nervous about what Bitcoin and the market was doing while I was out there. He was hitting me up, going, "Man, what's going on?" And I had to tell him, "Just it's cool, just relax. You're in it now. No point in yanking your money out. Just stay and ride the wave, learn along the way down. We're okay." Because there's no point in if you bought on the high to then sell on the low. Like if it's already going down, just don't. There's no point getting rid of it now. You're just kind of screwed, right? Don't you agree, Dave?
I agree. 100%.
Yeah, just hang on to it because then you're shooting yourself in the foot twice. It's unfortunate we all got it at the wrong time, but we're learning. I mean it when I say I'm learning a lot. George is learning a lot. I think Ed, you're learning a lot too. We're all learning a lot. It's even better that it's kind of going down and kind of hurting the book a little bit, but we're learning a tremendous amount of knowledge that I think is setting us up for what I call setting up a strong foundation on stone. Right? So when this thing swings the other way, we're in the proper position to stand to make those gains in which we sought and saw when we just got in, right? So now when it eventually reverses itself, and it may be a few months, it's going to come back, and you are going to be in the right position with the right knowledge to then make the right moves, and then you're going to benefit so much. And I know I'm going to, and that's why I'm staying motivated even through this bear of a dip right now, and it might be longer. So that's what I want to leave everybody with. Don't get discouraged. These are opportunities. This is like a flash sale. Get it while it's hot. Get in it while it's hot. Look to alternative coins because they're probably going to go up in value. If you get in them now, you stand a chance to make some good money. Don't wait. Crypto is, like you said, Dave, you need to be active when you are trading in this market. You need to have a much more hands-on approach than you do your stonks. And that's what I'll leave it with.
Stonks.
I'll get off my soapbox. Every time I get behind this microphone, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is great. These are turning into a little bit better each time. So we'll check in next week. Dave, like I said, I do go live with my trades. So if you feel like you want to jump in, they're at random. It's just kind of when we feel like we do them. We do them in the evening. They'll go for a couple hours. And everybody can join. We do the Discord, and everybody can just join the Discord chat, and we're all talking live as we're in one of these Bybit leverage trades. And it does transfer over just real quick. All this stuff that we're learning on Bybit, it's just we're learning how to do a lot more trading, but it still transitions over to swing trading. All that we're learning here is just more detailed analysis, right? We're really getting into the nitty gritty when you're doing this kind of crap. But that's it. Be safe with your money. Watch where you're putting it. Don't put too much into crypto. Don't go and get your life savings and dump it all in here. That's not what you need to do. Only a percentage of your portfolio I would suggest putting in here. Still ride the stonks. I don't know. What do you suggest, Dave?
I'm not in on that.
No?
Any of the trendy stuff right now that is supposed to be pump and dump and people don't realize it's pump and dump, I would just avoid completely.
Yeah.
I'm not playing the AMC game, not playing GameStop, not playing Dogecoin or any of that stuff. I'm going with what I know. I'm going with what has proven itself time and time again. And we're going to ride this wave.
Yeah, ride this wave and be safe with your money. And if you're going to get into anything, just let you know on the chart right now we're looking at as we close up, there is what's called a bear pennant forming right now. Look those up, start doing your research, and realize what those mean. This is a pennant that is forming on the chart right now. It could be right now it's on the 30-minute chart. It's also pulling up on the 1-hour chart, I would imagine. Yep, it's right there. So that's when you know it's really something substantial. The last substantial trend analysis formed was a bull pennant. Bull pennants break to the downside, and that was a large dip. So this might be the opportunity that you might be looking forward to buy some Bitcoin, the asset, or get into Bybit and look to make a trade on a short. But again, I am not by any means an expert by far. I'm not. I just know what I do know so far. So please do your research and validate it on your own. Do your due diligence before you go and make any kind of trade, because I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying it's trending that way. Last of the chats, and then we're going to head out, and we'll see you guys next week. Herb's here, holding GRT, ETH, Cardona, Stellar Lumens, New, and Litecoin in that order. Just holding through the dip. Haven't messed with DOT yet. Don't need to mess with DOT. Watch for that one, Ed. See, that's a longer haul. GRT, I don't know about that one anymore. Ethereum hold. ADA is a golden gem right now. Stellar Lumens, I'm out of that one. New, I'm out of that one. Litecoin, I think I'm out of that one too.
I'm out of Litecoin. Absolutely. Don't
Yeah,
get rid of it
get
on a
rid of it.
high.
Get rid of it on the highest that you can get. Dump on that one. X Stellar Lumen's just that's just another one like damn fucking Ripple. Sorry.
It's just not going anywhere.
No, and I'm telling you, the ones that I've done all this research on, the really ones that are that have legs and growth right now that you can actually stand and make. Cardona is really I'm so glad I listened in on that one. That's the hidden gem right now. I think that's the summer gem, real if you will. It's the ruby, and it's going to pay off some good gains for sure. Hold on, thoughts on buying Algo and ADA today? Can you please check the trends? All right, hold on, Dave. Before we go, we got someone asking to check the trend on that one. Let me see if I can find it.
I think those two are actually doing okay, especially the Algo. I still hold Algo.
Let's see real quick.
Mostly because of the staking rewards. And, when you look at Algo from a month ago, it was down to 55 cents. We're sitting at $1.10 right now. So it did peak at one point to $1.86. That was on February 12th. I'm okay with hanging on to that. Plus the staking rewards. 66% people buying.
Bear with me. Sorry, I'm hiccuping over my keyboard here. What did you want me to pull up first? Algo or ADA?
Algo. Yeah, pull up Algo because it's on the up.
Algo's on the upswing.
All right, well, I mean, it's
so here's a real quirky thing. I know we're going a little bit longer, but we get people interacting, so they hate. It's not the time to bail yet. We are going to have to head out in just a little bit, but we'll keep looking right here to help you out and seeing I help you out with a little bit of TA. I seem to love this stuff. I don't know what it is. Could be my mom was an artist and I like art and blah, 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 and you get to draw, and it could be the way my brain works. I'm a visual guy, right? I'm very much a visual learner, so I like doing trend analysis. I like to plot this crap. It is on a downswing right now, so it broke its high. Its all-time high was on Algo was almost $2. Man, 187. It was high.
Yeah.
It's following crypto, or it's following Bitcoin. You can tell right now it's following Bitcoin. It's a trend. So it's trending on the daily. On the daily, it's trending like Bitcoin is. So it's very, very much influenced with Bitcoin. So these are just real rough looking TAs right here, right? And that means trend analysis. It follows Bitcoin, so therefore whatever Bitcoin does, this is going to do. In my mind's eye, if I'm going to invest. So if I invest on this, I'd be looking to wait to see if this dips because it's forming the same pennant right here. I'm not going to draw the lines. It doesn't take that long. I just don't want to do it. But right here, it's forming a pennant. Okay, it's forming a bearish pennant. Bears take the elevator. They go down. So when this breaks out of this pennant on the daily, it's going to break to the downside. Most likely, it's going to break to the downside. It hasn't formed a reversal pattern to indicate that it's going to go back up. A reversal pattern would be this. Comes down here. I can do it on the 4-hour chart real quick of this. I'm going to widen it out, make it a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can get it all scaled into the right view. So what it's doing, same thing that Bitcoin did, because we were watching this on the trading on Bybit when we were leveraged last night. What it formed right here is called a double bottom, right? Double bottom is a reversal pattern. So in other words, it came down, okay, hit a new floor, bounced back up, right? Formed a little bit of, it didn't quite form a perfect pennant right here, but it did form a pennant, an upward pennant going upwards like this. A pennant formed, a bullish pennant, breaks to the upside, which it did a little bit right there. It broke to the upside, and then these are called fake outs. So in other words, it said it was going to go up. It did go up a little bit, but then it faked out and went back down. And then it formed another bottom, right? Those are called double bottoms. And they tend to break to the upside, right? They tend to break out and go up. So this could theoretically be a reversal, but this is the same exact trend that Bitcoin has. If you go to the Bitcoin chart and look on its hourly, and I'll pull it up real quick.
And for
Bitcoin does exactly the same thing. Look, there it is. Pull
February
it up.
27th last year, Algo was sitting at 37 cents. It did take a little dip since then, but if we go from that 37 cents all the way to $1.10 today, looking pretty solid, and it's not really crashed.
I think. Let me see, Algo USD. All right, so what I think Algo is going to do is, it very much follows Bitcoin, but it might be trending to an upswing right now. I'd wait. I mean, if you want to risk it right now, I'm not a financial advisor. You do what you want with your money, but you got to look at two things. And I can show you this real quick. It looks like it's going to form a double bottom, but in reality, here's what it's forming. It's forming what's called a pennant. Right here. This is where the lows, the lows are going higher. So you're getting higher lows, right? And you're getting lower highs in this trend right here, formed from a downward bear trend. When this happens, statistically, okay, you'll learn this when you start studying, when it will break down to the downside. Like literally is now where you would want to place a leveraged bet, probably right now or within the next couple hours, for a downward trend. Like this is what I was telling you, for algo and even for Bitcoin. So I would hold off. It's going to break down. So I wouldn't buy anything right now for algo. I'd wait for the dip, wait for more of a retrace down to the downside. Look for it to bottom out right here, and you can plot these out. This is the cool thing about these. This is what's really neat when you learn about this stuff. You can take this line right here, and I can go to the bottom. I think it's like right there. Maybe that's 36%. And you can do it over here to this line and go 36%. Get out of this. Come on. And you're looking at, it's a pretty big dip. You get into the 60s and the 70s. You get into like 70s. So I think you're looking for below $1 for sure. That's coming around the corner. And you can get way down there and get a steal on these and see if it bounces back and retraces when Bitcoin retraces, because Bitcoin will retrace. So that's my recommendation for algo right now. I'd hold. If you learn about trends, though, just watch for the breakout. If it breaks out to the upside of this pennant, it could do a fake out again. Remember that fake out, and break to the downside. You just got to know that this traditionally will break to the downside, not up. The other one would be, what does he want to know about Cardano? And it's cool you guys are engaging now. It's kind of unfortunate we're right towards the end of the time frame that Fancy Pants has here. So, Dave, Mr. Dave. Dave's very important in his castle. He has to apparently go over the West Wing and take care of some personal business.
I do be having a castle, though.
You do be having a castle. Like, I'm not BSing. You legitimately have a castle. We'll have to show that video next weekend of your damn castle. All right, so here's ADA. So I have Cardano. Cardano's my gem right now in my portfolio. It is doing tremendous. If you haven't done so, and I strongly recommend, and I'm not simping for this fool, but please go and subscribe to BitBoy on YouTube's. Also subscribe to Crypto Revolution. Those two, and Crypto Zombie. Those three people you need to go and subscribe to. ADA right now is on the 4 hour. Let me look on a 1 hour. So this one, you can, the daily. Let's go. So you always start the bigger and work your way in. Overall, Cardano is on a upswing. It's hit what's called a cup right here and a handle, another cup in theory, and another handle, right? It's forming these pennants. Again, pennant right here. I wish I had a freehand tool on this, which I don't seem to have. A drawing tool, which would be nice. I'll have to figure that out for next time. But either way, you can see where I'm tracing. Pennant, breaks to the upside, Another pennant right here, formed, broke to the upside. So we're in another upswing right now. This is not the time to buy ADA. This is time to sit and wait and watch ADA. If you haven't gotten into ADA, you should have gotten in down here at the dollar mark, which is right about where I got. I get on like the 96th, I think, area. And even on that, I'm still only riding this chunk, right? But I'm still making profits. Like, it's so nice. Gone are the days below 50 cents for sure. Gone are the days, I believe, are for $1 price range for ADA. I think ADA is going to, I'm looking for it to hit maybe $2. We're gonna make take my first chunk. It could go as high as $5. You got to remember the market cap on this one. So there's a lot of it, right? So it's not gonna go to the moon like Bitcoin is. It's not gonna get $50,000. It's not gonna get $1,000. It's never ever going to get to those prices. It's just mathematically not in the cards. You can't argue. This stuff revolves around math. So you got to understand market capping, like how much there is of said asset is going to dictate how much value it's going to have according to the market. So just do your math. It's very simple math. We'll probably talk about that next week. I'll try to get some math in here so people can start using it. Just wait. See where it goes. Look for a reversal pattern. I'm hanging in right now because I only got in so long ago. I want to see a little more money in it before I'd start taking some profits. But over the long haul, at least to August, I'd hold on to ADA. Like when Bitcoin starts to reverse itself and go into more of a dominance run again, which is it's got a ways to go before it starts to retrace itself on the dominance chart. You need to make sure to look for that reversal. Then you're going to be pulling out of your ADA. Does that make sense? When Bitcoin goes up in dominance, the altcoins go down, and it's the reverse that we're in right now, and that's why they're going up. What did you say here, real quick, George? Thoughts of buying Algo? We went over that. So insightful, liked and sub. Awesome. I appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Do you mind TAing 88, which we just did? Hoping for a dip tomorrow to buy in. On the hourly, I can give you a real quick hourly on it and see if I look on it and give you a real fast one. See if any trends are developing on the ADA. Over the hourly, we are looking at. Okay, we're looking at another pennant forming right here. I'll draw a trend real quick. See. Oh, stupid. Now it doesn't way out here where I don't want it. You can see a pennant forming right here. There's one line, and here's your other line. Boom, boom. Let me see if I can scale in a little bit better and tighten that up. So what you're looking for right now is you're getting higher highs or higher lows, right? These bottoms of the candles are going up, right? And then you want to look for lower highs, right? Lower dipping down highs, right? And they start to basically condense. They're consolidating, right? When you're in an upward trend and you're consolidating all that energy, what it tends to do is uncork itself, right? Like pressure, and they go whoop. So we're getting ready to go for another little ride to the upside. It's going to trend down a little bit. This is the hourly, right? So for another hour, it could go up a little higher, and then it's going to dip back down. It's going to drop down to like 134, 136. You might want to buy it on that, right? You might want to be thinking about getting in now to ride an initial bump, right? You can catch a little bit of money. If you put $800 in right now, right, when it dips down to 136, and look for this over the next probably be around 9 o'clock, midnight, somewhere around there. It could be earlier. It could be as early as 4 o'clock today where it breaks out, or it could be as late as 9 o'clock tonight or 11 o'clock tonight. You can just draw this out, right? You draw these all the way out, and you form an intersection, right? You get the right one. You got to get the first low and then the second low, the lowest of the lows. You got to intersect those together, and there you go. And now you're looking at about 4 o'clock is the latest for the breakout. So anytime between now and then, you might be looking to buy in some ADA, look for a breakout, and goes up, be able to cash some money. There you go. That's how you read these things. We can do this all damn day, and we don't have time for that, so we're not going to do that. But I had a good time, Dave. I think this was pretty informative. It's, I think the best show we've had so far.
Yeah, it's good.
I think we just do the format like we've done with Drone Hanger. I think the best way we do it.
Yeah, it works out good.
Any thoughts that you have for everybody before we leave? Any suggestions, tips, or anything?
Say thanks for everybody for coming in to hang out with us on Saturday mornings, George, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, U.S. And, hopefully everybody's getting something out of this. We really kind of go through the motions throughout the week and analyze these trends and see where we're at and come up with a strategy to pass on that information to you guys, because that's really what it's about. We're not greedy people doing greedy things. No. We're trying to get knowledgeable and share that information so you guys can make educated decisions about where to put your hard-earned money. Because we're doing the exact same thing.
We've got skin in the game. We're not just saying this to fluff up a channel, because we're not. The channel idea is just to gain a team of people that will help us journey this covered laden ocean of crypto sphere that we're on right now. The more, the better. The more informative we are, the better decisions we can make with our money, and we all are going to make our own decisions and probably invest in different things. But we're going to try to give you the gist and the most accurate and broad stroking everything, if we can say it that way. Just give you some opinions and ideas of where we think things are going. It's ultimately up to you. We are not financial advisors. We are not telling you where to put your money. I'm just giving you ideas, telling you where the trends are showing us, giving you the news that we are coming and finding through other channels, and trying to share it with you. So we appreciate you all tuning in, and we'll see you all next week, Saturday, 10 Central, 11 Eastern. Sometimes be a little later, but just about that time. So hit the notifications, hit the sub, and share this out. That helps the algorithm get more people in here. That's what we want to get more people so we can get more knowledge. So until next time, be safe with your money. We'll see you then. We're out.
All right, buddy. Later.